Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. Just finished up milling these 96 1x6 by 10 foot shiplap siding boards. And I'll tell you what, every time I do this, I think to myself, this is the last time I'm ever going to do this. It's very time consuming, very labor intensive. And then I get to talking to myself. It's just work. It's just honest, hard work. That's all it is. And Adam, you're just being lazy. At the end of the day, I saved quite a bit of money by milling this lumber myself. And we actually made some improvements over the last time that we did this by having a second set of hands here running the planer. I had Josh from Grassroot Outdoor Work here. He's got a YouTube channel. Go check it out. And then, I don't know if you saw, but we started running the router to put the shiplap joints on there. And after about 4 boards, I said, I know I can do this on the joiner. I just got to figure out how to get it set up. And that was well worth the 15 minutes figuring out how to set up the joiner to put those shiplap joints on, because it probably would have taken me 5 or 6 hours to do it with a handheld router and create a huge mess here in the shop. And I think it took a total of about 2 hours to do it with the joiner. And doing it with the joiner, I was able to hook up the dust collector, which collected all of the mess that, if you've seen how we've done it before, we usually have about 3 inches worth of wood chips on the floor in the shop here. So I didn't have to deal with cleaning up any of that mess when we were done too. So anyway, these 96 shiplap boards are now done. Took about a total of 10 hours here in the shop. I had about 4 hours on the planer, and that was with 2 guys running it. I was feeding it, Josh was unloading it. We ran these boards through the planer probably 6 times each to get them planed on both sides. If I was doing it by myself, it probably would have taken twice that at 8 hours. So 4 hours on the planer, 2 hours on the joiner, 2 hours on the table saw, and then 2 hours again on the joiner to put that final shiplap joint on there. So all we have left to do now is peel everything off of this wall, take a look at our insulation, and spray foam any cracks and gaps that we see, and then we can go ahead and start framing this wall out and hanging our shiplap boards. Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. A VPN, or virtual private network, is a service that protects your internet connection and privacy online. NordVPN does this by creating an encrypted tunnel for your data and protecting your online identity by hiding your IP address. But NordVPN is more than just a basic VPN. It has additional features like threat protection, which shields you from malware, trackers, and ads. It also has a dark web monitor, which alerts you if anybody leaks your credentials online. It also allows you access to content that you might not otherwise have access to. Say there's a show only available in the UK, well, you can simply just change your country, say that you're in the UK, and now you have access to that show. For example, any of you Office lovers out there know that The Office was pulled from Netflix and put on Peacock, but that was only here in the US. In the UK, it's still on Netflix. So if you change your country of origin, you can still go watch The Office on Netflix and not have to pay for 2 separate streaming services. NordVPN is easy to use and it's privacy oriented, which gives you an extra sense of safety while using the internet, which is incredibly important to me because my livelihood depends on the internet being safe. If we got hacked, it would be a big deal. If you're interested, NordVPN is running an exclusive offer right now with a huge discount on a 2-year plan plus 4 additional months free. Check out the link in the description below, nordvpn.com/hometownacres for more information. right, so the shiplap walls in the shop are finally done. This has been a 2-year project in the making, but as you can tell, the garage is a disaster. So let's do something about that real quick. All right, there we go. That's a little better. Still a lot of stuff to put away. All this stuff is just temporary up along the walls here, but at least I can breathe in the shop again. Starting to get pretty claustrophobic in here with everything scattered and the giant mess on the floor. But I remember when I first met neighbor Doug and he showed me his shop, I was blown away, and it honestly changed the way I looked at garage organization. Any of you guys that have followed his channel have probably done the same thing watching his videos, or even the video we did where we did a kind of a shop tour over in his garage. And from that moment forward, I was always kind of embarrassed to have Doug over to our shop. I mean, Doug could have cared less what my garage or shop looked like, but after seeing his, it was almost a sense of pride that I knew that mine wasn't anywhere even close. And I remember talking to him about that, and he said, you know, it's taken me 30 years to get his shop the way that it was. And at first I was kind of like, no, it didn't. It probably took you probably did 90% of it in the first 2 or 3 years, and then the rest was very small upgrades and changes. And no, I believe it. After being here for 5 years, and we just finished all of the shiplap siding in here, I get it. It's a little bit here and there, small improvements year after year to get where you want your shop to be. And hopefully by the time you're 50 or 60 years old, you love being in your shop and you're happy with it. But I do think that it is an endless pursuit to make your shop perfect. I don't think there's anything such thing as a perfect shop. I think if you ask Doug, he's still making changes and improvements to his shop, even though he's been working on it for 30 years. So a little food for thought there that, you know, I go back and reflect on what this garage looked like when we first moved in. And I've got a couple pictures I'll put on the screen here. And just what we've accomplished here in 5 years is pretty incredible. I absolutely love how the shop is turning out, but I know that we're still nowhere close to being done. There's still a lot of things I want to do. And what we're doing in this shop has continued to evolve over time as well. I mean, at first it was kind of woodworking, and we're still doing that. And now we're getting into the laser engraving stuff. So I need to build a workbench similar to what we did there, a rolling style workbench for the laser engraver. I want to set up a little small welding area over here and learn how to weld. And so, you know, the shop is just a continual evolution of what your interests are. Speaking of laser engraving, you may have noticed that the engraver was running in the background while we were doing these walls. You may have noticed I did these 2 walls first. The engraver was running over here, and then I moved the engraver over to this side while I worked on those 2 walls, and it was working the entire time. And just to give you a quick update on the orders we got going out right now, we've got 4. This one here is a guns and ammo enthusiast. They asked that some of their information be kept private. If any of you guys want us to make you a sign, you're worried that I'm going to show your private information or whatever, if you just tell me that you don't want any of that shared, completely fine with me. I won't share any of that. Here's another one. This is more of a wedding anniversary sign. This one, somebody is in love with the Minnesota Wild, so they wanted something to hang in their hockey cave. And then here's another one that we did this logo in the last round of video that I showed you guys, and they basically just wanted their name put on it and bar and grill instead of gazebo and grill. So again, any of you guys out there interested in getting a custom laser engraved sign, email us hometownacres@outlook.com. I can't tell you how excited I am to finally have the shiplap walls in this garage done. I've been looking forward to getting this done for a while. Like I said, this wall back here behind us, we did last winter. It's kind of a wintertime project. This one we did at the beginning of winter, and my goal was to get it finished before spring broke, and here we are the end of March, just barely getting it done under the wire, and hopefully we'll be back outside cutting firewood, doing tractor and excavator stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.